Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Unsealed and Revealed. It is our first episode of the new year, and we missed you. We sure did. We hope you enjoyed some of our greatest hits from the last couple of weeks. Now, we are stoked to be doing this episode. We had to figure out how to get this one to you ASAP, and we know you have all been waiting for it. Now, before that, I am your host, Jeff May. Hi. And I am so excited to have our stalwart, strong, powerful, stoic, six-scale enthusiast / expert, Guy Klender. Guy, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. I am real excited to show this to you, Jeff. I can't. The accessories alone are going to knock your socks off.
I'm so excited, and you look fantastic. I'm so excited to have this here. When they said we were doing this piece, I was really stoked to see you get at it. And now, of course, I have Madison joining us today on the ones and twos, and she'll be taking your questions, comments, and concerns through all live channels that you may have. Madison, hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. So like we said, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about the figure that we're doing, feel free to ask Madison and she will relay those and we will hit her up for those questions throughout the show. Now, today, I'm guessing you saw by the title of the video that you're watching, we are taking a look at the long-awaited, highly anticipated Mandalorian and The Child Deluxe 6-scale set by Hot Toys. That's right. You're going to get to see the baby. Now, just like before, you're going to want to stay to the end for the show because we have our new segment. It's hard to call it a new segment now. We've been doing it for so long. It feels natural, like family, you know? We're going to be playing Guess the Reveal later on in the episode. That's right. At the end of each show, we're going to prompt you to guess what figure we will be featuring on the next episode. Producer Alan is ready with that next figure, and it is sitting there under a cloth ready to be revealed. Now, the first person to guess it right when I give you the prompt will go home with an exclusive Sideshow pin. Oh, I hit my own mic. And the Figure Fantasy book featuring toy photography from Daniel Picard. So make sure to stick around for that. I love that book. I have a copy myself. It is definitely worth taking a look at. Now, just a reminder, unfortunately, the giveaway will be for U.S. residents only, and you have to be 18 years or old because of international giveaway laws. But other than that, have at it. Now, as you can see, Guy is home today. Hi, Guy. Hi, Guy's home.
Hi.
You look like you're living on the with the twin sons of Tatooine behind you.
Yes, welcome to my kitchen.
Now, as always, I get to say that we are obviously continuing to practice social distancing and being safe. And as always, we do our best to ensure the good health of ourselves and others, and we really hope you do too. Now, we're having a lot of fun with today's setup, so we hope you enjoy it and bear with us while we take a look at this absolutely amazing piece. Guy, I got to shut up now because I need you to get at it.
This, thank you very much. This is an amazing piece, and this is the deluxe version. And there is a reason that Jeff and I have said before, if you have the option to get a deluxe version of a figure, you do. And this is very much that reasoning. So let's take a look. We do have our standard box art. What we've been getting with the Mandalorian series is the cigar band that goes around him is done in that warm sun look as well, and a wonderful photo of the figure on top. This is a shoebox style. I'm going to lift this up and off. Now we're going to switch. I've got a second little close-up camera here. We're going to switch to that, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what's in the box and then unpack him. All right, here we go.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, what we've done here, or what they've done, I didn't have a lot to do with
Well,
it.
it looks like you have that light on behind it. You want to, if you want to turn off that.
Yes. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go. What they've done here is the famous painting and the meeting of the two as their second. Now, he is in the beskar armor here, so this is a little different than what it looked like in the pilot, but I still love that they've recreated that photo. Now, once we remove it here, this is where we get into deluxe.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those situations where the word deluxe was not kidding.
No, it wasn't at all. And this has three separate tiers of the tray. Okay, first is going to be the additional armaments, additional hands, and some specialty items here. I'm going to move that off to the side. Main tray that you have here is going to be your figure. Both versions of the child, him with the Pram, the Camtano, and the little lid there. And then below, we're going to have the base and some other special accessories. So I am going to start unpacking that. So we're going to probably go back to our mid shot here. Yeah, Jeff, this is one that is just amazing, the amount of stuff that it has. And so for me to have the opportunity to hear you say, show me the baby.
Show me the baby.
I am going to start with the lower tray. Okay. Inside the lower tray, you are going to have your base with the base accessory. Okay. You also are going to have your stand, his backpack, and the effects for the backpack as well. Yeah. All right. The other thing that's in here is going to be a small clear piece, and that is to hold the Pram. So let's take a look back at the close-up, and we're going to look at those pieces individually.
Yeah. Do me a favor, when you have that, when you're doing that close-up, if you can like touch your screen, it might be able to focus a little bit better. I know we were getting, yeah, that's
well, that's me. Hi guys.
That's Guy.
Hi.
There we go.
Also
Yeah,
our ceiling fan here in the as you can see,
down.
that is a full-scale ceiling fan. But wonderful work here on the pitting, aging, and weathering. Now, this is a little different than what we've seen with the other backpacks that we've had with like the Boba Fett, where they're going to have the clips. And Jeff and I have talked about those and used really unique language when trying to get those clips on. Well, this time here, they've done that with a magnet on there. All right. So we're going to show that when we do the figure. But again, you just have a wonderful paint work here. Now, the blast effect that is with it, you can see, we saw like these with the clear crystal.
Yeah, we've seen this a lot lately with Hot Toys, is this sort of like the clear, almost like a clear amber color for the fire. Yes. It really, really translates quite well.
I'm going to turn the light on here just for a moment for you to see just how it does light like that. Okay, so you do get that clear going through. And you see it has a peg, and it is going to insert. Give that I find if you give it a little turn when you put them in,
kind of wedges them in a little bit better.
Well, it allows you to go gently in there to there. But there you go, and there you have your effect.
Yeah, I really loved seeing how they used the jetpack, especially in the latest season. The use of that, I think it's a great. We're looking sort of at the Mandalorian Deluxe 6 scale. I kind of put it towards like the season finale vibe of season 1. That works.
Yes, exactly. I'll say that's what it is. Now, Jeff here, do I need to turn off the light behind? We're going to take a look here at the specialty base. Would you like me to turn the underlight off?
Yeah, maybe that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Right.
Yeah, we get a little bit of detail in there. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a look at that.
Guy, I'm going to say I like when you have the camera still. The more still it is, the more we get better focus on that. So I do appreciate that.
Well, I'm going to definitely try and keep things as still as we can. All right. So this base style is one we've seen before with that sand and the walking boots. Each time, however, we've seen it, there have usually been variations in the sand tone. And that is true again with this one. But here is our little addition. All right. Now, as you can see,
is that magnetic or is it just...
It is not magnetic. It will push up against it. Okay. So I can just set it there. All right. Like so. But what is important about this is it is neat. It makes the base have a little bit more going on. But I want to make your attention to this little rock here, because that little rock can be lifted. And then that.
I think I have an idea of what that's going to be for.
Yes, exactly. And we're going to put that clear stand in there that you see. And that is how will we do the print later on. Now, while I've got it in the close-up, I'm going to move this off for a moment, and I want to look at what you're getting in that top tray that we've talked about. All right, because these, again, are some of the specialty accessories that come with the Deluxe. All right. Now, first up, flame effect. Wonderful job.
Yeah, and that coloring, it's funny too, because we see the orange and the blue coloring. We saw something similar in the Ms. Marvel, the photon blasts that we saw with Ms. Marvel, or excuse me, Captain Marvel. That's totally different character. But like that really translates well, the sort of like the high temperature flame into the orange flame, and to see that in the Mando is really great.
Yeah, when it gets that oxygenated, and as you can see, I did turn the light on for a sec there, so you can see that clear aspect of it. I'm gonna set that off. Jeff, would you like me to turn the light off again?
Yeah. The light. If I want to see the details of something on top, the light does make that a little bit harder. And obviously, we're working through a phone camera and stuff, so we're doing.
Yes.
This is really cool.
Now this is really fun, and I'm hoping to see that this kind of effect maybe we'll see in other action poses that they do with not only him, but there are other characters that Hot Toys does where I think this would be a great effect. But this here is your in-flight of the little birds there that you have. So that's just, I really like that one. We're going to talk about the swap out on that. Other things that you're going to have in your tray. This right here is this grappling hook with wire. Now that is an actual wire. It is very, very delicate, but it's neat that you can attach that if you like. You're also going to see that there is the right shoulder pauldron with mud horn. Okay, that we do see, as Jeff said earlier, it being the finale episode of the season. Down here, you're going to see the Mythosaur necklace for the child. We also have his blaster, additional hands, a single plate of beskar. You also have the tracking fob, which we've seen before.
Yeah, we saw that in the Mando that we just featured last week, as a matter of fact.
Correct, yes. And then the other you have is going to be the little explosive. Now this one here, you'll notice because there are so many parts, I'm actually using my little tweezers that I talk about.
Guy, if there's two things we know about Guy, it is that he loves the directions and he loves him some little extra tools to use.
Yes. The only tools you're going to need on this one here is a small, you will want a small screwdriver, and that is for a light up effect that's with the Camtano. But this is the same one that we saw before where it does have that cloth backing to sit in there.
Those are the explosives that he applied to the TIE fighter.
Yes,
TIE fighter,
exactly.
Correct? Nice. Now, so it's not a thermal detonator.
This is a really neat one. This is what I'm going to call it ready mode for the whispering birds or whistling birds.
Mm-hmm.
That will attach in there later. We're going to do that as well. And the last one here that I think is important to pull out is the little light.
Oh yeah, when he's in the
he's used this a few times. Now it does not have its own light up effect. However, you do see the bright little white painted dot for the lens that they've used. All right, so we're going to set that over. And lastly, in here is his dagger.
I love it. It's just a knife. Is that pointy?
Yeah.
Is it a firm pointy? Should we be careful with it? Or
yes. Yep. This is a harder plastic. This is not a soft and pliable material. So do definitely be cautious with this one here. Be cautious, not only of yourself there, but this tucks into between the boot there. And so when you're doing that, obviously be careful because of the point, because you are going to be going on the figure and the fabric.
Now, as a heads up too, if you are just joining us, we are taking a look at the Deluxe Mandalorian and the Child 6 scale here. Very, very excited to do that. Madison, how we doing on questions, comments, or concerns? We got anything going on right now?
Excuse me. As of right now, I think everybody is just enjoying seeing all the little accessories. I think we're good.
Excellent. I like that. I like when there's I like when they're just like, I am accepting what I see. I see we got a little piece of beskar there.
We do, and hopefully you're picking up that you actually does have that bit of the wave in it.
Yeah, that's pretty rad that they put that in there.
Yeah. Now this isn't a metal piece or a magnet piece. It is a plastic piece there. All right. I am going to now pull out what is in your mid tray, which is your main figure, and I'm going to pull out some of the other exclusives. This is your additional stack of beskar. We're going to get into that.
Oh, how tall is it? I guess you're going to get there. Yeah.
This little guy is a little under an inch, about 7/8 of an inch.
Oh.
There is your Camtano.
Yeah. You know what I'm seeing about like the thing with these deluxe figures that's very, very funny is they come with so many options that I feel like a lot of people are going to have to keep switching out how they display them.
Yes, and that is the kind of the neat part. In truth, this is one where I did order two because of just how many things he has and the ways in which I'd like to display him. He's just that neat. Then you've got the hologram of himself. Now, Jeff, I did put the light on underneath to show that. You let me know when you need me to turn that light off.
You put the light on? The light's on right now?
Yep.
I can
turn that up a little bit if you like. I wanted you to see
the translucence of it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's another little accessory there. So the beskar here, let me turn that down. There. The beskar here is quite a substantial stack that we saw him have, but you can make it a smaller stack by removing some of it there. And this is magnetic.
What?
That can go together. And then if I like, I can take that single bar, put it up, and then I have two even stacks. So it's a little cube. Now on the bottom of it, you're going to see that there is a small circular indentation. Jeff, can you see that, or is the light?
I can, but I think by now you can turn that light off. Yeah,
there we go.
The light off. I need that.
All right. So there we are as far as that. So why does it have that little dimple? Well, we're going to tell you about that. This here is the Camtano.
This is, of course, the Camtano. If you haven't watched the little documentaries about the Mandalorian and the creation, you know that show is filled to the brim with fan service, and this is a fantastic little piece to add in there. Of course, everybody sort of is in love with the Wilro Hood character on Bespin, seen fleeing with what was essentially an ice cream maker, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yes, it was a 4-quart ice cream maker.
And so we've used this now, and it's become sort of like the quintessential sort of carrying case. It's like the briefcase of
exactly. We found out that it became a safe. I rewatched Empire, being the anniversary year, and also it's a movie you can watch anytime, and realized that Luke has a gray version of one of these when he's with Yoda on Dagobah.
They got their use out of it. It's like seeing
they got their use out of it.
It's like seeing IG-88's head in Wooher's cantina.
Exactly. Now, as you can see, they've done an amazing job of doing the pitting, the painting, and the aging on this. This is one that has been used before. This is not a fresh off the assembly line. Now, up on the top, see the little controls there. All right. You lift these off. Okay, lift up on the side. You're going to see that inside is your battery compartment. This is when I said we use the little screwdriver. I'm going to pre-turn that on just to show you, and you go, well, wait a second. There's no light. There's no light on it. There's no light on it. And that is because it opens up. All three of these panels open. Now down below, see what almost is a little bit of a notch. And this is how you open these. You lift the lower part. Okay. It will release from the upper hook. It drops down.
Oh, okay.
It opens up. All right. I'm going to do that to all three now. And just look and all of the detail they've put into it.
You know what's great about this?
And then to have that.
How Hot Toys, like, this is 100% not necessary to do this.
And it could have been a solid piece that would have been fine.
And that's one of the things that I've really been enjoying with a lot of these the more recent Hot Toys things is there's this kind of vibe of like, well, we didn't have to do this, but we did it.
But we did it anyway.
And have fun with it.
So there you see that the interior and that light up effect. And the beskar, see there's a little I can set that.
Sort of notch, yeah.
Well, normally you probably wouldn't be doing it on an angle like I just did there.
Well, yeah, no, let's all, this thing isn't exactly huge and Guy has those paws.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah, we are.
That is a really cool effect.
It's a neat addition. It's a very, very neat addition to have that. But without further ado, there is something I want you to see.
Mm-hmm.
And that is...
it's the baby.
The baby. There you are. You've waited long enough. Here we go. Now, what's neat is we actually get two versions of him in this one here. And this is the standing version, we'll call him. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, you look, there's just an amazing amount of detail and paint work done to give that dirt and age into the costuming and the texturing that they've done with it. Now the arms are solid and sculpted, so they are not a moving joint. Here we go. This is our first tread watch of the year, Jeff. And all right, are you ready?
A little baby tread watch. Oh, look at those little niblets there. Look at those little pieces. I just want to tap onto them. Oh, they're so cute.
Aren't they cute?
Look like little baby corns.
Now, the head, however, is articulated. Now, you notice that this is more of, I'm going to say kind of the lowered ear, where they're there, and a closed mouth. But you do have the ability to move it around, a bit of a ball jointed deal there. Now, Hot Toys has been nice enough, to always give you a couple of extra wrist pegs. There's a little bag inside that you're going to get. And not only does that have two wrist pegs, but you're going to see these two clear pegs. And it might be questionable, like, what are those for? And Jeff, as disturbing as this may be for you.
Don't do it.
All right.
You monster.
Yes, that is where it's for. We do need to do this. And, Jeff mentioned it before. I am big on the instructions. And please do read through these instructions this time. With it. This is not something, particularly with a deluxe, it's not a figure that you want to forget things on. But I will then put the necklace on, and then you can put the head on. Now, the other reason that they've done that with the head is that you do have an option of two separate looks. All right, so Jeff, I'm going to just snap that on there.
Look at his little necklace.
Isn't that cute?
Look at that. He's got a little necklace.
He's fantastic.
God, it's legitimately like they made him in a lab to be the cutest darn thing we've seen.
Yes. Well, one thing we know about Star Wars is that they often use twins.
Get out of here. Are you kidding me?
So this is your other version. All right. Now he comes inside the Pram. Now we're going to look at the figure and then we're going to take a look at the Pram. But this is a, let's say, a seated or riding version of him. See the open mouth and then the ears at more of a straight out. Okay.
Like he's figuring it out,
Exactly. Now, again, those heads are swappable. So I can decide which one I want to do.
Is this a full baby or is this
it is not. And that's what I want to show you. You see, he looks wonderful on here the way he's done up.
But it becomes very tragic once you take him out of that.
Well, he's swooping.
Or you could put him in a little puddle and make it look like walking through the water.
He's for those quicksand scenes that we're so known to see in the Star Wars world. This is done with a large magnet down on the bottom. That's going to hold it in place. Okay. And now that I've removed that, I want to show you the rest of the Pram.
Yeah.
Now, he
So
does
this
also
thing,
come.
I was going to say, this doesn't, it looks kind of big in your hands.
Yes.
Like
This
it's
one
not
here
a small...
is about 3.5 to 4 inches in length. It does have a fabric version of the cloth that we can use inside there. But you can take a look at the incredible detail that they've put on the inside.
And that's going to go on to that extra
that
chunk
will go on to that
stand,
peg, and I'm
right?
going to do that in a moment.
Yeah, but I mean, we
Take a
might as
look.
well get our use out of the up close camera while we
Yes. Yeah, because of all the details, I know we're sticking on, but I think it's best for the viewing audience that you don't see me as much. You're here for the toys.
Yeah, it's great too because the quality of your camera got really it really improved about 5 minutes in or so, and so
good.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. As you can see, and there is going to be the point for our for it to lock into the base. Okay. Now I am going to do that. There's no reason to go to the mid cam because what I want to do is show you the last piece of the Pram, and that is that it does have a cover.
Okay? Oh, it does. So we can close it.
You can have it in closed mode. Okay. Now you'll note there are no magnets on here or clips. It's just kind of done connected via those teeth.
Yeah, so don't take it on an actual bounty hunt.
No. But I'm going to place underneath like so.
Yeah.
And lower it in. Then you can see.
That works.
Yes. I'm going to then set it here on the post. And now let's take a look at the mid shot. You can see
all right
how it is there.
Hold on one second. It seems like we're working on through there. It looks like we might have your screen might be dealing with a little freeze. So while we're doing that, it just so happens to be that it is 10:30, which means that I can say, if you are just joining us, we are taking a look at the Mandalorian and the Child Deluxe scale set from Hot Toys. Such a fantastic and fun piece. We're very, very excited to be back live. And as you can tell, both myself, Guy, and the entire crew, we are all working from to make sure that everybody is safe. Guy, it looks like we're getting a little bit more movement in your camera. So I'm going to let
excellent.
Chris back at home base can let me know when we're good to get you back in there.
Beautiful.
But don't forget, we still have Guess the Reveal coming your way. Chris, make sure, by the way, you send me a chat to let me know when we're ready. But we'll have Guess the Reveal coming up in about 20 to 25 minutes, and then we can find out what we're going to be doing on the next episode. Guy, move around in your camera. Let me see if you're there.
Hi there.
Okay. Oh, there he is. Okay. It looks like it's still frozen. So Chris is going to be talking to Guy to see if we can get that fixed. Now we have. While that's going on, of course, we have a lot of giveaways and things going on right now. So make sure that over the course of this episode and stuff, you're going to want to hit subscribe, hit the notifications bell. You've heard me say these things before, and I'm going to say them again. There's a lot of really cool stuff happening this week. Tomorrow, we have the Comics Hall going live at 4 p.m., which is really exciting. And of course, dropping earlier today is a brand new episode of Sideshow with Jeff May. That's me. And my special guest is Tony Thaxton. Tony Thaxton, musician, really, really fantastic, very talented, super dork, and it's a great episode, so you should definitely check that out. Guy, we are back, and I'm going to go back to you. Let's go.
All right. Well, while we've got it here, we are going to show Mando next to Pram on our mid shot. Beautiful, beautiful figure. Now this is how is he different from the one we've seen before? This is a brighter version. And I don't just mean the other beskar armor that's incredibly bright, but even the helmet itself. The first time that we see it in our earlier figure, it's a little dirtier. It's got a little bit more weathering on it. So it is very possible that when he did go and get all of his beskar armor made that he asked that they just buff the helmet a little bit as well. So, but the helmet is different, and we're going to talk about that.
Do me a favor. Can you turn on that light table now? Now that we're
there, we go.
We have there. Get a little bit of that.
There we see him, and the important instructions we talked about.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those things too, where I'm glad that we have an opportunity to be able to work from home and still have this set up for you, Guy, because it looks really good on my end that I'm taking a look at.
Well, good. I hope that people are able to see it. I know without Sam's expert camera work, and he does a lot of pushing in, pulling out, and a lot of great camera work when he does it. And you are seeing these provided to you by older versions of iPhones, which is still fantastic, but it's a little different than what you may be accustomed to. But I want to start at the upper head. I'm going to actually move the Pram off. As you can see, it still stays on there.
You know what, Guy? I just realized something real quick. We didn't ask if there were any questions or comments.
Oh, wow.
On Madison, that is my bad. Sometimes I drop the ball. Madison, do we have any questions, comments, or concerns about any of the stuff that we have seen up to this point?
I think you guys are hitting every question so far. We're doing good. Yeah, it seems like everything is good right now.
I'm going to guess all the questions were like, how do they look so great?
Yes,
how
very
are they
much.
so nice and kind?
Yes.
For asking those questions, everybody back home. Remember, we exist to interact with you. So saying those wonderful things about Guy, myself, Madison, super producer Sam, Chris, and Alan, everybody there. We appreciate all of your compliments. They keep us going.
We do have a question now.
Great.
Cape is not wired, right?
What's going on with the cape?
The cape is not wired. I'm going to do a full 360 here on the figure, and we're going to talk about that. His cape, if you have what, again, we talked about as the pilot episode, that is a slightly different color, and the edges were very, very beaten. This is not beaten that way, okay? He has a darker and a nice smooth line bottom cut on there. However, there is still on the back there, you're going to see that little cut, and that is for the loop that you're going to take and pull through there so you can have his weapon over the shoulder. Okay, so that part remains the same. I know on our earlier episode, the original, we were learning as well, as you do with these deluxe figures, that this little bit here, okay, which is very delicate, okay, so be cautious with that. It does have two magnetic clips that you're going to use. Once you have the cape over, you kind of gently pull that through, and the weapon will flip over the shoulder. While I've got that there, though, we're going to do something that Jeff is going to appreciate. It's the first time we get to do this on the show, and that is attach the backpack via magnets.
Oh, I like that.
All right.
I do like that.
So we haven't had an opportunity to do that before. And it's nice to have.
I was going to say that syncs with the character, because when he puts his on, it's a very sort of like quick, almost magnetic vibe to it. So it's funny that it almost feels screen accurate. Yes.
I'm just going to drape that over. Again, we talked about that you can change out your arm pauldron. This is done again the same way our first one was, where it is done with a little bit of Velcro. If we see that on our other camera,
we get to use one of our favorite words here, one of our words of the day that we have learned thanks to Guy, and that is the word pauldron. So let's use the word pauldron in a sentence, class.
So yes, today's episode is brought to you by the word pauldron. All right. Now that I've attached that on there, let's talk a little bit about the helmet and a thing that you can do with that. I am actually going to do this next little bit with the close-up camera because it needs it. Yeah. So I am going to ask.
I'm going to have you to turn off that light if you get a chance.
Will do. Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, thank you, Guy, for being so on it. Let's shout out Guy in the comments for really being the expert juggler of this.
I thank you, everybody, for your incredible patience. As I play with toys, I don't play with tech very well. When we've talked about video game ones, I don't do well on that. So expect how I do with needing to juggle a few tech things.
It's funny too, because a side note that Guy and I are actual neighbors, and so part of me wants to be like, "Can I do this at his place?"
Yeah, you can sit over in the other room. Yeah, and he could help me with it. Okay, so on here on the side of the helmet, all right, this little piece we can swip. Well, there's a nice word. That's another today's word. This is a swap out. Okay, be gentle about it, but we're going to lift that out. Like so. You'll see that there is the notch. Okay. And that'll work with the little light.
So if you would like to light up the room, look at that. Well, that's great.
All right. So it's just another little addition that they've added to this one, which is spectacular.
Yeah, now, again, one of those unnecessary things, a thing that would probably be utilized in, I would say, maybe 3% of people's choices. But Hot Toys is like, well, we're going to give it for that 3% or not.
I've moved it now down to our next specialty, and that is on your right wrist gauntlet. There is where you're going to be able to do your fire effect, and this is also where you can attach the what I'm going to call the harpoon cable. Now,
yeah, this was something that you had you were texting me and saying, get ready for the weapon effects.
The weapon effects are nuts. This is the one that we looked at, Jeff, and you see that there is a
looks like a clip, almost like a sliding.
Yes, you'll see there is a shorter end and a longer end. You're going to slide that in, the shorter end, then kind of going right up to where the nozzle meets.
There you go. So if you happen to see a guy wearing Boba Fett armor arguing with some Tusken Raiders, you can just pop that off real quick to keep him quiet.
Exactly. So there we go. There's a little light behind it.
Yeah, that looks so good. And again, that really does this specific vibe that we get from there is reminiscent of that really strong Captain Marvel, the photon blasts that we saw last year when we did this piece.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. I love seeing that, the way they're doing the accessories, especially the flame accessories.
The flame accessories are fantastic. I'm loving them. Now,
and they're like a plastic resin kind of a vibe.
Yes. But what's interesting is, and maybe we can see it here, is even though it's a translucent and relatively light, LITE, it does kind of had that full effect. It doesn't feel like it's some hollow thing with not much to it. So that gives it a bit of realism.
Yeah, no, I mean it looks great. It looks fantastic.
And I want to point out how that one looks different than the fire effect.
Yeah, they could have.
Okay, so they are different.
Standard color, but they didn't.
Yeah, they've gone and color research to have these in different manners. Now, we did see just now the right. Okay, now I want to talk about the left. And this is an amazing weapon that we've seen used a couple times.
Hit the lights for me, would you?
Yes. All right, there we go.
We make such a good team, Guy.
We do, and thank you, Jeff. So this is one of the most unique weapons that they've brought into the show. Now, as you can see, it looks as though it's been sculpted on there, and that would be fine. However, we lift that up. Okay, just lifts off, and that you see how it attaches. But what I want to show you is how that attaches. You see that it's actually in two pieces.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that I can remove that piece. Okay. Push this piece on, And then it's in that ready firing mode.
Readied mode. Okay.
Okay, the readied mode. Woo. Sorry
I
about
really
that.
do love how they utilize and you said it's called the whistling birds.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I love that.
And then push this right back on.
Yeah.
All right. Now, with the Deluxe, remember that Deluxe gives you all kinds of additional stuff. We're going to have another version of it.
Oh,
All right.
heck yeah.
Now, this one here, remember on this, I was able to swap out whether I wanted them in closed or ready. This is actually the entire piece. So I'm going to lift this off again. Always be gentle when removing those kind of things.
Yeah. This is something that we talk about a lot, and of course we always shout out our man Terry Smith. Strike a pose and how to be a pose.
Exactly.
But he said, but he has sort of reminded us, and you Guy as well, of when you are taking pieces off, make sure that you take off at point of contact or as close as you possibly can. That is such an important thing to do. And also remember, this is an investment. This is not, this wasn't $15 at Target. This was something that you really wanted to go for. So, treat it as delicately as you possibly can. But God, that looks so cool.
Isn't that neat? I'm going to kind of raise the arm up, and we'll show it in a medium shot. But I do want you to see how that is. Now,
taking out what I was going to say, taking out Abyssinian gangsters and all their crews at Gamma-Rayan prize fights.
So let's take a look then at how we can make that. All right, in our medium shot, you see that. So you do have a action version of that. Okay, seeing it in a wide shot, you can kind of see a little bit of how it does have that motion. Yeah. And since I have that, well, I'll raise up the other arm and we will place in flame effect as well.
Boy, this is somebody you don't want to meet in a dark alley.
Yeah. Woo.
Whoa.
There we go. Caught him.
You did great, Guy.
So anyway, that is some of the options that you have. What I really liked about the ability to swap out the little light on the head and the missile firing, all of them, is that they do fit in there nice and snug. They are easy to swap out. It's I didn't worry at any point that I was going to have some serious break issues with it. Sometimes you're a little nervous and you'd like to do the figure a particular way, but you get a little nervous about that's too fragile. Never mind. I won't bother. And that's not the case with this one here. I really like how they've done them. Very user friendly.
Yeah, that is good. I'd also like to shout out the chat for complimenting my unique word choices of how I pronounce things. I'm sorry I learned them when I was reading books instead of being a fair weather fan watching TV shows. I'm sorry, what was that? No.
I love it. My favorite is how you do some of the numbering of things. We've talked about that.
2099, baby. Now that being
Exactly.
Madison, for those of you just joining us, of course, we are taking a look at the Mandalorian 6-scale deluxe set with the child from Hot Toys. Now, of course, this is a piece that we have all been waiting for. Madison, do we have any questions, comments, or concerns from the people?
There was a question wondering what color is the suit. The camera's not maybe quite picking up the true color, so people are wondering if it's a brown or a gray.
No, this is a variation in the color that you saw from the first suit. Had more of that dark brown, and this is a very deep, almost charcoal gray.
Okay, so it's not brownish; it's a grayish.
Correct.
Okay.
So when he upgraded to the beskar, it went to, instead of the brown tones and the mixed color scheme that we saw, this is switched more into a grayscale palette. Okay, grays and silvers. The beskar being obviously the brighter silver, but you are seeing different metallics also used. His little ammo clips that are around the ankles that are on the belts and straps, those are going to be a little different look. Those are more of an aluminum look than the beskar. But even in the beskar, as that helmet, we know the little vents off the back, slightly different as well. Or the mud horn on the shoulder is also slightly different as well.
Now, let's take a look now at, oh wait, I'm sorry. I just interrupted Madison. Any more questions?
It's okay. And people are wondering if the smoke effect is made out of hard plastic.
It is. Yep. This is a harder plastic. And it is not a pliable. I mean, when I say not pliable, it is not meant to be moved. Is there a little bit of play in there? I don't know if you're seeing on the medium shot that I can move them a little bit, but they are not a wired armature. You're not moving them to create a different angle of trajectory. This is the way in which it will look. Okay. Jeff, are you seeing that all right on that mid shot?
I'm seeing it pretty okay. I mean, it it is what it is. I think for most accessories here, unless it's something wired, it's going to be that firmer plastic,
correct,
kind of like a resin vibe to it. And because it's like, you wouldn't want anything to not be that way. I think that's probably the best way to.
Yeah.
I guess that's the best way to put it, is like, you don't really want it to be too posable with something like that, because then the room for error can come in a lot.
Yeah, exactly. There is plenty of things for you to do with this one, so you definitely don't need to. Now, I did put him on the stand next to the child in the space stroller. If you are going to close this one, you will want to remove the child for a couple reasons. Number one, he has his little hands over the edge, and you don't want to get his fingers in there.
Yeah, you don't want to chop his fingies.
But there it is, and closed. All right. On there, I even it that way. I remember there were a couple times where he was fighting, or it's just kind of following behind him, and you have that. So that was a really, I really dig it. And another reason to go with the Deluxe. The Deluxe gets you that one. The Deluxe gets a lot of the action features.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Both Mandalorian pieces that we've seen so far definitely represent two very specific parts of the saga that we see. Of course, the first Mandalorian being that sort of, I mean, we refer to it, I believe, in the episode as like the pilot version of that, like the first time that we met the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
During that pilot episode, really feeling his ground, being on his own before he meets Grogu. And now we see sort of like the dad version of that character, getting sort of a bit of a fellowship with his team and moving forward and learning not to be a loner in that beskar armor. So all in all, I think two very great individual pieces, and your choice. Obviously, I mean, we love Grogu, so we're gonna stand.
Yeah, it is one of those that I know other collectors that are doing it. I know it's something I've done where I ordered a regular version and a deluxe version because there's just so much.
It looks like we got a tread watch real quick on that. So quick, show me those feet.
Oh, boom, 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 boom. You ready? You ready?
Chris says that was a misclick, LOL, but let's do it anyway.
Let's do it anyway. All right, let's go to that overhead camera.
Look at that. Space boots.
Space boots.
Space
to go with them space pants. Absolutely fantastic. Now, while we've got it here, I'm going to try and do a little flyover of the figure. I'm going to try and do it slower so we can see where we go. But you do see that wonderful detail.
Guy, I'm going to hit you up for that light. I need you to turn that baby off so I can get. Oh, look at that. Okay, fantastic.
All right. Now this here, that's that clip that I was talking about. All right. It's got a small magnet. It does pivot around there. But when you have the cape over, you're going to see that there is the small little hole, and you will gently pull that through. All right. That is for attaching. That attaches to the front.
Bandolier there with the rifle rounds, I believe.
Yep. And then there is your front clip there. This is the same as we saw in the first version of the figure, where he does come the clip that is like so. Now this is a little bit of a plastic clip. Okay, so it is delicate when you put it on there. This is one of the things that they did not put on there magnetically, but you'll just push in like so, flip over and lock in. Any questions on that one?
Do we have any questions on that aspect, Madison?
Does not look like it. People, there is a question from Single Songwriter. Can the jetpack stick through the cape?
Stick through it. Perhaps what you're asking, and I want to hope that there's not a hole for it, if that's it. If the question is, can you leave the cape down, and will the magnet be strong enough to attach? Well, let's do that for you right now and see. You are in luck.
So it does lock over there. Then maybe, I guess, yeah, I guess that would be the question.
I think that's, because otherwise perhaps the question was, is there like a hole for the thing to go in?
I would add that if you have your own personal flame-based jetpack, to not put a cloth cape directly.
I don't think it's a wise choice to do, but boy do I love the look on that thing.
Yeah, we here at Unsealed and Reveal do not suggest that you burn your legs alive with a
No, I would avoid that.
Now, we're going to take a quick look at flexibility, but before that, I am going to introduce, of course, our brand new, it's been a while, but I'm going to do, it's time to play Guess the Reveal. So you can now guess what next week's reveal is going to be, and Madison will be finding out who the first person to guess that, and the one person who gets the first one we'll get that figure fantasy book as well as a special limited edition pin. And we will congratulate you and we will be so proud of you. You're such a big, strong person. So that being said, make sure you go through and do that. As we're going through with the flexibility aspect of that, we're going to keep going. But again, we have so much great stuff coming your way this week that it would be a shame for me not to mention it. Of course, I will always start with Sideshow because I'm selfish and greedy, but definitely check that out. City Tony Thaxton will be available. It is up. It went up this morning. We, of course, have the Comics Hall live at 4 p.m. Wednesday, the 13th. And again, that will also be available on Thursday. If you are just more of a podcast fan, you don't want to watch something live, that's fine. It'll be up on Thursday wherever you can get your podcasts. And of course, on Thursday the 14th, you can also check out Strike a Pose at 11 a.m. Pacific. Hey, everyone. Strike a Pose, of course, is our fantastic show hosted by the amazing Terry Smith that you are going to want to check out as soon as possible. So it looks to me like we have guys mid-camera is going through. Do we have motion in there yet? I'm just kind of vamping at this point in time, having a good time. We all like to have fun. I know we have producer Alan waiting in the wings. Madison, do we have a winner here?
We do. So it is over on YouTube.
Ready for it?
What was that?
Oh, sorry.
Alan is going to pull it. Alan is pulling it now. Who was the get before you pull, Alan? Who was correct? You don't have to say the answer, Madison, but who was our person that's the winner?
His name is Ben Darling.
Congratulations. Pull it, Alan. Yeah. Oh. I got so excited I knocked the wire out of my microphone. That is the Gamora 6 scale is that from Endgame? Is that correct?
It is from Guardians Volume 2.
It's from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, I know for a fact we've seen this requested a lot on the episode. So congratulations. What was that name again, Madison?
Ben Darling.
Congratulations, Ben Darling. Don't forget to make sure that you get that amazing Sideshow pin and figure fantasy book featuring the toy photography from Daniel Picard. Make sure to claim your prize. You're going to email social@sideshow.com within the next 48 hours telling us your name and the prize you won. And make sure only Ben is the one doing that. If anybody else does, we'll know. Now, Guy, how you doing, bud?
I am doing well. Quick technical change. So we switched up here. So anyhow, we are learning, and we are having fun though, because I'm playing with toys. And the deluxe would mean I could play for about the next week. I will play all the way until next week, where I guess I will get to look at Gamora, which I am very excited to see.
Very excited about that. Now we have you back up here, and the last thing that we didn't really get to touch on here is flexibility. I know we only have a couple of minutes, but can you give me the angles that we have? Because I know some people.
Yes, exactly. Now this does have an undersuit. Okay, some people will sometimes call them the fat suit idea. That does at times limit what people are going to do with them. However, I don't see that in this one quite as much. You do have double jointed there on your arm.
Okay.
All right. You can go straight out like so. I'm amazed that mine always looks like bad dance moves.
So it looks like about an 80-degree arm, like making the T. So it looks like the pauldron.
Yeah, I can go up a little further. You're going to obviously get some resistance as you go up, but I'm moving the cape out of the way and lifting up. You do have some trunk twist, which is obviously always a Smith initiative.
Of course, yeah. You had a little bit more dynamic posing when you had the trunk twist there, and you got the
double
place
joint
kicker
on your leg.
The field Golan, yeah. Do we have foot or ankle articulation?
Yep, it does have a ball joint on the boot there as well, giving you the articulation you're going to need.
Mm-hmm.
On that. And as far as my front kick, wow. Now I know this is a type of dance as well.
Oh yeah, it looks like he's doing like what was that thing we used to do with like the sprinkler? What it was?
Yeah.
We're doing the shopping cart next, right? Just
exactly. But you do get the front, you have quite a bit. As far as moving the leg back, not quite as far. And remember, you do have the armor plate that is there. But there we go. That's a heck of a runner thing he has going on.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Yeah, he's going. Really
ball jointed head as always, as well. So this is the articulation we've seen with most of their others. Know when you're doing it, because of the undersuit and that it has armor, you're going to want to go slow as you go through it. And once you feel that you're feeling a little resistance, that's probably as far as you want to go.
Yeah, with any toy, if it's fighting you back, don't go too hard on it.
Exactly.
Guy, thank you so much. I got to say this, and I hope people are also in the comments saying this, but a real shout out to you for really knocking it out of the park from home. I know it must be a real fun shift to go from being in studio to doing this at home.
It's a learning thing. That's for sure.
And I do love that you have managed to do this. You are your own one-man camera crew, and it really does make us appreciate how talented our crew is.
I send out huge thanks and huge kudos to everyone in our crew that makes the show look as good as you can see. Without them, I am not a great crew guy.
You are great, Guy.
Great. This is a beautiful figure. He has so much. I say add him. Definitely get the deluxe. And I'd like to end with one final pose that we're going to do here. That Jeff, I hope you like.
Oh my God, you are breaking my heart right now.
I know. We started with saying that we could see and recreate our initial scene with him, meeting him inside the pram. You can have the child lay down and such. And then depending, you can always do it this way as well. So.
I have a feeling, yeah, that there's probably going to be a run on the Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker, which we did do on a previous episode of Unsealed and Revealed that you should check out, because that also is a fantastic piece right there. Oh, you are breaking my heart, Guy. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry to bring the emotions to a Tuesday morning.
Yeah, it's Tuesday morning. It's too heavy for me.
I don't know what I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
Now, of course, it is 11:01. We've gone over time, so I appreciate that. Now, that being said, if you're interested in any of our giveaways, make sure you follow us on social media so you can check out all of our daily spectacular giveaways that we have, all of the stuff that we give away, all of the stuff that we have coming out. Make sure you go through there. I believe right now in the Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group, they're giving away that Venom Pool 6 scale from Hot Toys, and that thing is
crazy,
impressive,
huge.
Like those, like there have been several Venom Pool things that I have seen, and every time they have been super impressive. So make sure you check that out. That is on the Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group. Madison is going to drop a link to that right now. Is it now? She's going to do that now. It's going to be like right now. And also a super shout out to Madison for knocking it out of the park and handling all that amazing stuff. Madison, you are the best. Again, this week we have Sideshow with Jeff May, special guest Motion City Soundtracks Tony Thaxton. Wednesday, that's tomorrow, we have the Comics Hall live at 4 p.m. and then dropping on Thursday morning as a podcast. And then on Thursday the 14th, make sure we strike a pose at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, we'll see you all next week, January 19th at 10 a.m. Pacific, where we will be taking a look at that Gamora. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to let your Geek Side show. Guy, you killed it, man.
Well, thank you, Jeff. And thank everybody for watching. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
More than you'll ever know.
Yeah, we don't have a show without you, so tune in next week so we can have some more fun and play with a toy. All right, bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.